Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Bot lane gank, there are no wards down there for NIP.
Yeah, it's going to be a very risky gank if it does not go well, but they know PP God does not have any summoner spells, so they can go straight onto the cow. Third knockup will be available here for Kanavi, and he will find it for first blood to top Esports. The response is a gank in the mid lane for Aki and Doinby, but they are only
much. Leaving that dragon uncontested, going over to NIP, Kanavi has no interest in walking into this river whatsoever.
So some time to go for the grubs, and also time for solo kill to maybe find one of those onto Jackie Love. Already has to flash away, but solo kill has a lot of damage still to work with and just refuses to go down. The big beefy Scion picks up the 1v1 kill, but all of a sudden that 1v1 has become a 1v2 as 369 and Crisp have arrived. Solo kill will try his best to clear out this wave, but he's going to be very happy with this situation. A good death overall, as some Europeans would like to say, as solo kill gets on the board for NIP.
Absolutely, the
Scale
solo.
up. I think overall their composition does decently well in those late game team fights, but so does NIP's, to be fair, as we're starting to see them kind of scale as well. We didn't mention this really at the top of the game, but Leave is going for the on-hit Varus build with that Blade of the Ruined King going to come in first, so we'll help him a little bit in terms of dishing out some additional damage. Crisp going to get caught out here by everybody of NIP. It's three members collapsing upon the realm to take her down, and now Kanavi is going to be the next target as top Esports just overstaying their welcome. 5 members in the mid lane for NIP are going to get themselves the feat of warfare.
Yeah, on the other side, 369 is trying to take a couple of tower platings, but that was an overextension right there. Crisp and Kanavi group up together. Crisp is shadowing Cream over on the top side to not get dived. There is plenty of vision in general, as you mentioned, over on the top side of the map for NIP. Of course, trying to really be spread. It would just be classic LPL action, right?
That's just, yeah, the story of what this Split 2 in the Ascend group has looked like. Just random teams beating random teams. As it's like Doinby might get caught out here a little bit. He steals with the Crescent Guard, but I don't know if it's going to buy him enough time. He jumps over the Weaver's Wall, but he's going to get flicked right back by the seismic shove, and Jackie Love will pick up the kill.
Actually, the knock-up right there did not allow him to flash over that Talia W.
They pick up the Rift Herald, and they'll likely break open this top lane tier 1 turret. That will get them first turret. That will get them the full feats of strength.
Storms are rising for solo kill onto the Scion if they can actually manage to properly form a front to back from the side of NIP. Mind you though, top Esports have 2 really big teamfight disruptors. Hold up.
Yeah, there's that Scion immediately making an impact as there comes that beef squad once again down to the bot lane. They shut down 369 and pick up another kill for NIP. Response though for top will be popping that Rift Herald for Kanavi in the mid lane. They're going to try to break open this tier 1. They will be able to do that successfully, but they are losing waves in their side lanes as we speak as well.
Yeah, great pick right here from NIP. They are going to pay with the mid lane tower, as you mentioned as well. Really quick response from top Esports, losing their top laner, taking something in return right here. You'll see Cream heading towards the top side to respond to the wave. There is no TP from 369, so unfortunately for top Esports, they're going to lose their bot lane tower. However, again, from NIP, grabbing those skills early on Pantheon, on Scion, to try and snowball further.
I think right now, there's 4 tanky melee champions that could just go in, dive the backline, play very aggressive, play disruptive League of Legends, so that I think is going to be what NIP's game plan is going to be. They set up a very fun composition for themselves where they're going to just send those health bars straight in to anybody on top Esports and see if anyone can take them down. It's going to be an interesting watch for sure.
Absolutely. And I feel like right here you see Jackie Love going straight for the extra armor pen in the inventory.
Yep.
Last Whisper easily purchased into Lord Dobbs, like try to break the armor before the armor bundles up onto the Scion, right? As they're walking solo kill.
That decimating smash, but immediately going to get dashed on here by Kanavi. The Weaver's Wall is big by splitting Leave up for the rest of his team. The Magnus Storm will find 2 from Chris, but not a ton of damage so far really dealt just yet for top Esports. And it's solo kill to pick up the first one here. It's traded back as the bullet time will take down the Scion, and it's 1-for-1 overall so far in this fight. Doinby has to flash with the seismic shove. Aki lands a nice stun. Doinby steals away the Crescent Guard and is able to pick up the kill on Kanavi. PP God jumps in with a 2-man pull, and now Ninjas and Pyjamas are starting to come back here in this fight. Doinby will drop, and 369's burning Leaf down to the back end of things. It is a wild one here around the Dragon Side River, but top Esports will come out on top. It's a double for 369, and PP got the lone survivor.
Wow, what a fight actually, right?
369 on the rumble there, doing a ton of damage, burning down Leave, specifically on the back end of things. Then the rest of the beef squad, not really as beefy as we're hoping them to be. As Dragon already has been picked up for top, but now NIP want to try to complete the collapse. Teleport came in from Doinby. They're looking for Chris. He's going to be able to jump for the wall with the crash down. Solo kill. Kind of 1v3ing at this point, but he's going to get flicked right back with the seismic shove. Equalizer comes out. It's the one that was stolen away, I believe, by Doinby. And so it means that NIP are going to get out with their lives, but it's overall top esports happy about things because they were able to pick up the Dragon.
Pick up the Dragon and they drive NIP out. But
Oh,
Cream
Cream!
now.
Cream's completely caught out. He gets set up by the abscond abduct of Doinby, and the piercing arrow from Lee will take him down here. Now here comes Chris. Oh, there's a really nice Magnus Storm combined with the Equalizer. The Wombo combo will just burn Lee down from 2 screens away. But look at the back line. It's Doinby and Aki doing some work as well, but the work is just not enough. 369 is massive on this Rumble. Overheated onto Aki, getting himself the double kill, and now it's only PP left alive. Chris gonna try to stun him down. There goes Kanavi, and it's a full ace picked up here for top esports.
Hey, all I'm going to say that top on this Rumble, they'd be able to get past the point where they cannot break through the Scion. Now we're talking about 2 items Rumble. He's got the extra boots upgrades. He's got the Seeker's arm guard in his inventory as well. The extra safety right there for the next fight. 369 is truly set up to carry this game for top esports.
Yeah, and this was kind of the issue of picking the Scion into the Rumble. You're going to be able to do fine as a Scion, but you're also giving 369 a free lane, and he's been able to take advantage of that in full. 6-1-4, as you mentioned. He's 3,000 gold ahead of the Scion at this point. He's a massive player in this game, and now they're going to look for another fight. Here goes Cream. A really nice seismic shove will find 2. The blast cone away is not going to save Pipigana. Kanavi will then pick it up. Another 2 kills go the way of top esports as they're starting to run away here with this game.
Yeah, pings on the Atakan as well. 2 members down, no smite for NIP, free Atakan on the bot side for top esports. Extra flowers for the bouquet, and honestly, the early game didn't look as stable. However, again, that top side of the map has been absolutely stellar. The disruptive abilities from Kanavi to break apart the fights, not allow NIP to front to back. 369 has had the influence. I believe he's found leave every single fight. Talking about leave though.
Dodges away from the shove, but here comes 369 with the Equalizer. That's not fair. As you can see the start of that power, the Thornbound Otacon, just a little bit on display here as they take down the leave in the top side. Here comes the response though from NIP. They send their top side down bottom lane to try to take down Jackie Love, but Kanavi is too big. He's going to try to solo out Aki and will do so successfully. Finally, Doinby with the stolen away Magnus Storm will take it down Jackie Love, but now the rest of the team has arrived. Cream coming with a TP, going to try to save the day here for his squad, but Doinby is starting to come online as well, and NIP find a fight right back.
Great skirmish right here from NIP. They see 369 up top lane without the TP and they instantly pick a fight. On top esports, reminder, all this gold lead is primarily on the Rumble. So the fact that Rumble could not join was the key factor for NIP.
All together at the same time.
Yeah, and right here, Doinby is hearing you. He's like, hey, since Rumble is joining for this fight, and it's only going to be sole point for top esports. Getting a bit more gold through that push that he had over on the top side, grabbing the tower as well. So a little bit of gold influx into his inventory. It's going to get a proper front to back going for them.
Yeah, because we mentioned the way NIP want to play the game. Not a ton of protection for Leave. It takes the Scion are dashing forward like this onto Jackie Love, but it's responded to with a huge Magnus Storm from Chris combined with that bullet time. It's bursting down the front line of Ninjas in Pyjamas. They've already lost 2, and now it's Doinby stuck in the middle of everything with the Crescent Guard. Leave just gets bursted instantaneously. Doinby popping the zombies, but it's far too late. Top esports dominate the fight that Ninjas in Pyjamas started, and they'll find themselves the Baron as a reward.
See, that's the magic of Jackie Love, everyone. You think he's in
They have to try to withstand this onslaught that top esports are going to have. They have all 3 grubs, they have the Baron. These towers are going to melt.
Look at this Rumble, he's level 17. PP God is level 12. He's 5 levels up on the support on the other side. 3 items. Hourglass coming back up. He's got his upgraded boots. 369 is an absolute monster on the reef right now. Cream is going to push in that mid lane wave as well. So they can have 2 sides of pressure for the side of top esports. So now, one wave got burned. They're going to wait for the other one so they can shift a little bit of that pressure towards that mid side. However, majority of top esports is going to group up over in the bot lane because it's much easier to join with Weaver's Wall as well. Next wave is coming through. Top esports is going to walk it up.
Yep, that inhibitor tower already just melting. The inhibitor likely to follow here in the bot lane. There's another wave of supers, or Baron up minions, I should say, cruising down the mid lane as we speak as well. Still so much time on this Baron power play, and NIP got to do something quickly. Otherwise, the game is just going to end. Their base is going to be in disarray, and they're going to try to do something here with the Grand Starfall and the Unstoppable Onslaught, but it only finds Chris so far. The bullet time is once again huge, but there's a big knockup that comes through from PP. Will it be enough to save the fight here for NIP? Leave gets caught up, and Cream was still untouched on the back line, and the answer to that, her first question, was undoubtedly no. NIP looked for the angle, but they weren't able to find it. They pick up 4 kills, and Top Esports are still marching down the mid lane, and they're going to end this game.
That TP coming through as well for 369, coming back to seal the deal. His 4th item in the inventory, and only Aki left alive to defend the base.
Not going to be able to do so. Blocking a little bit of damage. The seismic shove comes through. And a clinic in game number 1 here for Top Esports, proven why they're the #1 team here in the LPL, making a statement game 1 win over NIP.
Threw that Renekton and Bessa over the tops of the map for both of the teams.
Very volatile 1v1. I think it can be Renekton favored if you are able to utilize your shield break on 0 advantage. Are going to look to pick up their 11th series victory in Group Ascent. Already some early trading here as 369 actually started things off in the bot lane, and Cream's going to join as well. Oh my goodness, Leave is just dead. What a interesting setup here for Top Esports to find themselves first blood.
All right. Saving grace. If you're an NIP fan, 1, the kill went over map. It really matters the jungle clear as well. Having your jungles on the tops of the map, you can stay relatively safer. Both classes up for here for Leave and Pipico. Let's see if Kanavi can get in on those summoning spells.
Yeah, Chris lands the root here onto the Milio. Kanavi is here first. But the Maokai is on the way. Remember, both summoner spells still available for Leave. Crisp is taking very low. The Twisted Advance comes through, and NIP pick up the first kill of the exchange. Now it's Kanavi and Jackie Love with full health bars, but now on the run. There comes a nice Ultra Mega Fire Kick. Jackie Love shifting forward, trying to take down Leave, but Leave will live, and Jackie Love will go down 2-0 NIP.
Remember the barrier! We mentioned it earlier on!
It's on the wrong side of the map, won't be able to respond to. We see both junglers are on the bot lane right now. Interestingly enough, the Grubs go spawning in 15 seconds, but neither of them seem too focused on that. Instead, targeting potential kills onto Leave TV God. Remember, Leave now doesn't have any summoner spells, gonna get targeted immediately, but here comes Aki with that Nature's Grasp. The culling will come through, and the Feats of Warfare are picked up by NIP, and they're gonna take down Kanavi next. Aki biding his time and showing up at the perfect moment to set up a double kill for Leave.
Honestly, mega props to Aki.
Spotted by a ward, so we'll have to play a little bit more defensively. Top Esports definitely want to try to contest this, as they're sending a lot of members up here. Aki smites away the second one. And it might just be that last remaining grub that Top Esports can try to connect, unless they look for the fight instead. Kanavi flashes forward, but the Impale doesn't find anybody. As the Breath of Life here for PP God, going to keep everybody on NIP out and healthy, so it will only be the one grub traded back to top.
Oh, actually, another clever thing about the melee right here, it cleanses counter ult, right? Unless you're in it.
I believe so.
So
He's
that's
going to try to save his top laner from potential dive.
Aki right there again. This time Kanavi has been spotted and he knows it, so I feel like this is the time where you put your hands up, you don't pull the dive.
They're going for it.
They are going for the
They're
dive.
sending Cream in as well. The public institution comes down. Nature's Grasp finds 2. Nobody taking tower aggro so far. But here comes Dominus. Has been popped. And 369 going to try to just clear out the wave. Doinby's ulti goes wide, but it's not going to matter all too much. The Crocodile will be the sacrifice most likely. Solo kill gets the kill. Although he gets some help from the rest of his team.
What is going on with Top Esports? I'm lost for words right here. You are pulling over the map, and NIP might actually look. There's no fake contest this. Try to push Top Esports out, but
yeah,
just gonna give it away. They don't have the numbers.
Cream had the push in the bot lane. Weave had to respond to that. Aki didn't have the Nature's Grasp, so all that does result in Top
Looking
Esports
to force something, but forcing it in a plain open field where NIP can actually dance around with all the Milio shields and speed ups is just so hard to pin anyone down. And once they got the Milio, there was also no damage. Now, Cream under pressure here. Aki's looking for a dive. The TP flank is coming through.
Oh yeah, here comes 369. He actually never had to burn that teleport. Now he has it. They go for the kill on to Doinby. He already flashes away, but the Slice and Dice comes through. There's no Seraph Shield or anything, and so Doinby will burst down just like that as 369 gets himself his first kill of the game.
And now Leave and Pipi God are looking to put some damage down onto Jackie Love. Quick E from Jackie right there to evade any damage. And oh boy, one Scream shows up in the top lane as well. Doinby TPs in to give numbers advantage. Once NIP see the Azir over in the top lane, they can actually pressure the issue, get that mid lane tower, get that Dragon as well for free. The most Scream can actually respond with here is potentially just taking the top lane tower up for himself. I feel like top esports right here are willing to drop some bits of the map because they know they're ahead in gold and try to feed the Azir potentially onto that side lane as quickly as possible to that second item. We talked about as Scream is going to have a lot to say as seeing leave with Infinity Edge completed, heading towards Scream over in the top lane of the map.
Really interesting to see him leave, be the one to join his team in the play. That means that one of the strongest players for NIP is not here for potential skirmish around the Dragon. Aki's already at half HP. They still want to go for the fight. It's going to be a 50-50, and it's stolen away by Aki. Highway robbery around the Dragon Pit as NIP say thanks for the leash and head on out of there. Built the stairs at some point, so gonna get a lot of value on that item for Solo Kill, who hasn't really come online yet in this game, Trouble, but we're expecting to have some really high impact in terms of locking down a priority target in the back line here if they can get onto somebody like a Cream or a Chris that could. Setting up around the Otacon, they're getting chunked out by it a little bit, as it should be a full response here for top esports to try to can fight back here. Is that half HP already? TP got already chunked rather low. Jackie Love puts out a bit of a chunk, but Leave gets cleansed away from that impale, and Aki still remains alive.
Oh!
But 369, 1v5 into the back line, not gonna find a single kill. It's a double kill for Leave. Public execution on the back line, but Cream's able to yeet him out with the Emperor's Divide. Health bars are low on NIP, and they will get away, but it will be top esports able to secure the Otacon.
You see how if that was any other champion than Milio, against TES, right? Even though you've got all these extra kills, you've got the 2 dragons, you've got feats of strength, 3 items on Lucian, 2k gold lead, they will be able, hold up.
Oh, here they go, finding the impale, and this time maybe PP God and Leave are in trouble, but they finally are able to get on out of there. 369 on a flank, but he gets fully caught out.
Cream!
But here comes Cream, shuffles Leave in, and that's the main carry for NIP down. So 1-for-1 overall, as still it's Solo Kill trying to escape. He flashes over the wall, and Jackie Love will try to match. But now it's top esports with controller on the Dragon Pit. They're going to try to pick this one up and even up the count at 2.
Hey, if you can't impale anyone because Milio is around, impale the Milio. And this is exactly what Kanavi did right there. But unfortunately, because Aki was around, Jackie Love could not commit into the E forward. Again, Cream coming in clutch, diving straight into the back line. Top esports push out NIP. They'll take the Dragon and they'll take the tower.
He whiffed the Spiraling Despair, but still going to land a Fear onto Kanavi. And the Skarner will go down at the price of the tower, falling in the mid lane. So NIP get themselves under the trade. They get back into the kill column. Cream taking a big chunk of damage.
Out the Baron for themselves. Everyone starts running in. There are not big ultimates from the set of top esports, and NIP that's gonna burn through the HP
it's
bar.
burning. It's burning right now. Ninja's Wrath comes out to make sure there's no chance at a steal, and Ninjas in Pyjamas get themselves a Baron against top esports. Cream is here. It's a 5v4 though, as Kanavi has just respawned. He's running as fast as he can, but the health bars are low. The true shot barrage from Jackie will take down Aki. And 369 will live, so it is a 1-for-0 in the fight. But NIP get themselves the Baron.
Around both sides, actually behind enemy lines. NIP are gonna take that bot lane tier 1. There is Azir pressuring on the other side of the map, and as you can see, Jackie Love did trim down the wave over in the mid lane as well. So NIP currently do have the Baron, but they only have 1 lane of assault on the map, and this usually gets very easily.
We get a little bit of a 1v1 up in the top side. Emperor's Divide already used by Cream, and Solo Kill gets himself another solo kill in this series. This time onto the Azir. A big win here for Ninjas in Pyjamas, as now they can send all 5 down to this bottom lane. That tier 2 sure to go down.
And Solo Kill transitioned over in the mid lane as well after the kill. It's a 4 versus 5, but now 2 lanes are going to be pushing for the son of NIP. Multi-threat on the map right here, and only Jackie and Crisp left to defend. They have no wave clear.
Here comes the Nature's Wrath. Aki gonna try to zone out the rest of top esports, and they take from tier 1 all the way to bot lane inhibitor off of this Baron push. Call that a worthy power play here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. But now the question is, can they escape? As Kanavi be able to like that, make sure that you can't get sent away with those Sand Soldiers. So price of that Baron and the inhibitor on the what he was able to do last time. He was able to close that gap in the side lane when they did have Baron. And now here comes the fight once again. Aki's gonna be the target here for the Impale, but they don't even feel like using the last breath here. Meanwhile, there's a 1v1 down in the bot lane that 369 is winning over Solo Kill. He flashes underneath the tier 2 turret and picks it up. That's a big fight in the bot lane that is won by the top esports top laner. With the Baron spawning in 3 seconds, it'll be a numbers advantage for the next few seconds here for top.
Another 1v1. 369 has actually been dominating that 1v1 over in the top lane versus Solo, because the Baron is actually not going down for top esports.
Hey, look at 369. He's just being left to free push on this bot lane without having anybody try to stop him whatsoever. Finally, Doinby will arrive, and that will mean that top esports are going to start up this Baron. They don't burst it down too quickly, and they will peel off of it as soon as the rest of NIP do arrive. They burn the teleport off of Solo Kill, and that's all the cooldowns that they wanted to take away.
That is actually fantastic right here from top esports, but now NIP have to pressure the issue. They committed the TP. They know they're going to lose in the side lane, so now they have to commit to this Baron.
Yep, Solo Kill and Doinby are now here on the fight. 369 coming with the teleport. He's going to be late though, as the Baron's already at 4,000 HP. Nature's Grasp comes down. Kanavi's in the pit. Who's gonna get the Baron? It's stolen away by top esports' jungler, and they will collect themselves above 4 and purple here for this team fight.
Oh!
Leave getting targeted out. 369 finds the kill, and now top esports will continue the chase. They're running the wrong way here on the map. Our NIP. Solo Kill gets sniped out by Jackie. PP and Doinby are on the run. What a fight! What a turnaround for your #1 team in the LPL. It's top esports running away with a clean fight. Only PP left alive here to try to save this one here for NIP. And top esports come up huge, picking up the Baron.
99999s in the chat, because 369 has been having a banger of a series. The solo kills, the gold lead, the utilization of a champion that falls off in the early game, finding the angle for the flank, shutting down Leave, and allowing top esports to run away with the Baron, but the entire team fight win as well. 50-50 smite. It's very difficult to outsmite a Q smite Maokai, but 369 finds the angle through the sweeper completely unseen, shuts down Leave, and then the chase went over to top esports' favor.
And it should be the Cloud Soul as well picked up for top, so they get a huge swing of things here, as it was a 3,000 goldie for NIP. Really good spot for victory in terms of top esports to kind of close this series out. The fight has potentially begun. Aki going to get locked down here by Kanavi just a little bit, but he will back on out. Here comes 369 on the flank though. Doesn't have the dominance up and available just yet. Here comes the Nature's Grasp, locked on to Kanavi. Leave still full HP. They do find the Millia with the Impale though, and finally be able to come alive with the Breath of Life, and Leave will find the assassination. A double kill already for the Lucian, and Solo Kill doing his best in the backline. 369 not able to do enough. Somehow, some way, it is NIP holding the line, giving a triple kill over to Leave.
They couldn't kill PP God in the time that he was impaled, and NIP find Jakilov in the backline. Jakilov is majority of their damage together with Cream, and Cream was kept hostage by Solo Kill on the other side. Now Crispy Cream, oh, Crispy Cream, brother, are gonna try to end the game while NIP are doing Baron.
They take that first Nexus Tower. I think that's gonna be all they want to get, with the Baron being claimed here by Leave and Aki. We still got a game here. Question is, how far forward can NIP go, as the Elder Dragon has been started up? Remember, top esports have the soul, but the health bars are already chunked out just a little bit, and the Millia plus the Way shielding is keeping them very healthy on the other side. 369 looking for a flank. The Elder Dragon down to 10,000 HP. The True Shot Barrage comes out, chunks PP God to half. As we continue to posture around here, Kanavi jumping over the wall, looking to try to find his way into a potential engage, but he gets locked up by the Nature's Grasp. There comes the Impale, there comes the Emperor's Divide as well, but everybody at NIP is still healthy. Here comes 369, the Elder Dragon is low, but it's stolen away by Aki, and Ninjas in Pyjamas pull off a most improbable comeback here in game number 2. They full ace top esports and will run down mid lane to force a decider.
Leave jumping off of his chair. They know what NIP have done in this game. That's a fair and square game they've played against top esports. And what a fantastic fight. Everyone's objective in the last fight was to keep Kanavi away from smite range, and they did it.
NIP, we're down, but NIP, we're not out. Leave on the Lucian popping off. Aki controlling the entirety of the Rift, and a huge comeback win from Ninjas in Pyjamas as they're looking to pull off the... And the bot lane, I think just volatile, all things considered. But if we could get to the point where these teams are even in gold and they're fighting full 5v5s, it's going to be electric. Such fun targets to start fights. Whereas top esports, I think, are a little bit more comfortable with just grouping together as 5 and just playing a very standard back.
Yeah, they can also play sideline if they want to, right? They can play the front to back. Zaya is very safe. But they can also play for sidelines as well. Azaki is gonna greet Kanavi over in the river.
Crab was picked up here by Kanavi regardless. Hero Judgment comes out and forces Kanavi to flash away. And now Cream could be in a little bit of trouble. He goes forward here with the Fate Sealed, knowing that PB God is here on the way as well. They lock down Aki and pick up first blood for top esports. Cream somehow still alive. This Yone just refuses to die as the Glacial Prison comes out from Kanavi. And PB God next on the menu. Another knockup comes through from Chris. Doinby in a lot of trouble. The Permafrost comes through. And it's going to be Chris not getting the kill, as the tower will force him away, but still a 2-0 for TES.
2 kills going over to top.
That's certainly going to be very valuable here in terms of all the utility, all the damage that you can provide. Even if you kill Chris first, like getting a knockup or just like having that extra mobility on the Diego before you jump right back in with the Heartbreaker will be big as well.
Oh,
and then you're going to try to start off this Dragon. Cream jumping over, but they know that Kanavi's not here, so it should be secured very easily here by NIP. So that's the first objective, first part. And PB God have not found the angles that they've wanted to engage into this Zaya Rakan and are struggling because of it. As you now see Solo Kill going for a play on the 369, but he's taking a lot of damage from the scissors of the Gwen. The needlework actually forcing Solo Kill to head back to base after he was the one who initiated the play.
All right. I'm actually very curious on how this sort of matchup gets turned around, because I feel like the stats do speak for themselves, right? The champion is really good into Gwen, the Akali into the Gwen. However, I have seen 369 absolutely hold up.
The PB God, they already have used the cleanse here for the Zaya, but PB God going a little bit too far forward as Kanavi comes in with the Glacial Prison. Aki joining the fight, but there's no opportunity for a reset just yet. Jackie still has his flash and the Featherstorm available, so it's just so hard to take the Zaya down.
And still, with Kanavi around, they get to push down that tower. PP God has to reset. They're looking for potential knock-up, maybe. The QE lands, but Jackie Love
playing aggressive. Oh, what a flash! In onto Jackie Love, forcing in that killer instinct in from Leave. They go forward, the blade color's big, but it's not big enough. Leave flashes away for the grand entrance and will survive. NIP get on the board at last.
Oh man, don't be
you get put in a different state of mind, right? You're like, I'm not the main character.
Oh, don't tell me you haven't seen him go all in on Sejuani. He literally just invaded and 1v1 the Viego.
You're right. This team wants to go for a little bit more this time around. As here comes Solo Kill, finally going to try to find a matchup here into 369. With the help of PP God, he will even up the kill score and continue to allow for NIP to... There's no shot that they go in 4v2. Instead, going to be the trade of the Dragon for Herald this time around. And now we'll see what NIP can do with it, because they are losing their mid lane tier 1 as a result. I'm sure it was already just one auto attack for being taken down regardless. But if they can burst open a tower, try to get back a little bit of gold, that is going to really help Ninjas in Pyjamas right now, because they are still suffering in terms of just the money that is in favor of top esports, and they could be even more trouble now as Solo Kill's getting targeted via a dive. Cream dashes forward with Soul Unbound, but there's 2 members of NIP on the way to try to defend this, and a teleport coming in from Doinby as well. Not going to be able to get canceled by 369, so a full fight's going to be opened up here. Chris pops the quickness, going to try to look to go out of the back line, but instead is going to get canceled in by Doinby. Now 5 members of top esports hunting around the area after the Dragon has been claimed. So 369 burning his teleport as just a response to try to make sure that NIP don't find anything.
Dive down there as 4 members of NIP are closing by, as well as a 3-year-old. They've got 5.
Solo Kill starting it off with that perfect execution first proc. Looks like they're going to try to burst down the tower first. No, they're going to instead go right for the Gwen, and they will take him down. It will be also the tier 1 tower down in the bot lane. 369 down for the count for the next 30 seconds. 3 members of top esports hovering around to try to defend this. Meanwhile, we have Cream pushing onto that tier 2 turret up on the top side. They have to be responded too soon, but instead it'll be Cream backing off, and NIP headed back to base with that victory.
Good dive right there from NIP, Galio. And NIP could slowly but surely be getting towards those item power spikes. I think 2 are at least needed for their team to truly try and assassinate backlines for top esports.
Yeah, not there just yet though. And we'll see if that means that they're willing to give up this next dragon potentially spawning in a minute 20, or PP God gonna get caught up before then, as he was just trying to ward a little bit, man. And here comes the hero's entrance in response. Ninjas in Pyjamas looking to try to find the fight as Kanavi is getting targeted. PP God will live, but he finally will go down as he flashes over the wall a little bit too late. Aki, the one to pick up the kill. He gets his first reset here of this fight, but they will not look for anything more after just the 1-for-1.
Haha, remember the Kanavi that wouldn't flash forward to kill support? There he is. Back, the harder to dive. However, if NIP can manage to somehow snowball that lead that they've got over on Akali, play for solo kill, play around that side lane, play around that Akali. I see your point right here. We're talking about a top esports that was dominant, right? Like, their win-loss says the tale. 10-2 as they find PP God.
Yeah, another time the PP God's been caught out, but the Eclipse healing him up, or keeping him alive for a long time. Finally, Chris gonna come in with a quickness. The grand entrance comes out. The Leona is living for so long. Finally, the stray feather from Jackie will be the final blow on to the support for NIP. The response on the other side of the map won't be as much as what top esports were able to do with 3 grubs. They take down the top lane tier 2, Cream, the one to be the big beneficiary of it, as the goal is continue to play the map well enough to make sure they're never in a situation to get singled out.
Yeah, as you can see, PP God is the one leading them every time, right? So if top esports can manage to eliminate PP God from the front line, they eliminate a lot of the pressure as Crisp is on his own.
Aki gets charmed up. Oh, this teleport is aggressive! Coming in from Doinby. He's tanking it up with the Aftershock. Will be able to survive the initial onslaught here with the Permafrost coming through. PP God dashing forward. He likely will be the sacrifice. The solo kill going to try to save this team fight. Jackie Love very low. The perfect execution still to be used. He whiffs it, but still is able to get the kill onto the Xayah. And in comes the backline dive. Solo kill gets another. A knockup comes through from Aki. Cream on the run. It's just the solo laners left alive for top esports. The shield boat's been popped, but the taunt comes through. NIP find 4.
What an incredible fight right here from NIP. Just killed him with the Q. That was fantastically played by Solo Kill.
Yeah, on the Akali being the big disruptor there, and Doinby able to provide a lot as well, setting up Aki, peeling for his Viego. And now Ninja Pyjamas have themselves a Baron buff. They've evened up this gold count. And they're looking poised to continue their momentum here in this game number 3 to build a win streak after their 7-match loss streak. They pick up the second dragon. Still more work to be done. Top esports still has that scaling front-to-back composition.
But once he does, he's pressing B right now. He might have it even in the shop. He actually needs to show up right here. Unfortunately for top esports, even though Cream has been farming a lot, he has been quite invisible in these fights for the entirety of this series. And I think if top esports want to pull off this win, Cream needs to show up.
Gonna have to. He's in a good position too right now. 3 full items have just been completed here for the Yone. That Infinity Edge going to provide a lot. But it's still looking like NIP could potentially find some good opportunities here. Doinby look for a top, but instead is going to get hit up by the Glacial Prison. He's now getting singled out. He's getting targeted. And Cream finds a huge last breath. Here comes Doinby. He's still alive, though, on the backline, but will go down to Cream. 369 has the needlework proc. 3 top esports are looking to push forward. PP God is down. Solo kill never found the angle. And a massive loss for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
They're pinging him. They know he's around. Top esports are playing very carefully right there. Huge pick onto Doinby. It's not going to necessarily result into anything. There's no neutral objectives for the taking on the map right now. However, it stopped the siege from NIP. They still had a Baron buff on top of them. Top esports shut that down. Cream with a fantastic ult right there to stop the follow-up from NIP. And we're starting to get glimpses of how strong he is on these champions. Like Yone. Chris goes in with the ult. He's going to miss. And top esports are going to back off.
Very far forward there.
You're not going to be able to walk out of the base, right? However, if you manage to secure that dragon without trading for Baron, that's a huge win for both of these teams, and they're both sitting on 2 dragons each. Now, top esports, you see they're trying to establish some vision. I'm very surprised to see Chris walking ahead of Kanavi right there, but PP God might get caught.
PP God, he's the one going forward here with the Zenith Blade. He's going to try to just let Doinby enter the backline with the hero's entrance. Jackie Love already popping. That Feather's going to leave died on the backline. Now it's Cream trying to dash forward. Save the fight here for top esports, but solo kill comes through and finds a double kill. Now Cream and 369, this lone survivor team from top. As it's a 3 for 2 overall in favor of NIP. Doinby will go down as the teleport falls short. The last proc of the needlework will do the deed. And top
What a
Esports
fight! I feel like JackeyLove really greeted his ultimate right there when Doinby landed down from his ultimate, as we're gonna see again. I'm assuming that as the Baron gets started right here, and NIP are gonna have to look for a way. Crisp is looking.
Aki's got to get in there somehow. It's at 3,000 HP. Get in there, Aki, trying to steal it away. No, it's secured by Kanavi, and Aki will go down without picking up a singular reset. Solo kill in some trouble. He dashes in though. Leaves, somehow finds a double before he hits the grave, but it's not going to matter enough as 369 still up and running. Doinby's in trouble, and it's going to be the fight win for Top Esports.
The quiet carry for Top Esports 369 with an insane 369 and Cream are looking to potentially take double inhibitor right there and leave NIP's base in shambles.
If the waves were in slightly better positions, maybe Top Esports could have ended things, but instead, likely going to be double inhibitors picked up for themselves, or maybe just the one. Cream stalled out a little bit on that play, did not fully sync up to the mid lane in time, and so it will just be that inhibitor taken in the top. Mental in allowing for their team to be at the position that they're in right now, to try to make it 8-1 in terms of Game 3 victories in the group stage of the LPL split number 2. However, NIP still has something to say about it. PP God whips on the solar flare. Teleport coming to the back line from Doinby. Want to use that hero's entrance, but it's only going to knock up Kanavi. Can they try to lock down the Sejuani? Instead is Cream going forward, the fate sealed, but going back, it is 369 who ends up going down a solo kill, and the numbers advantage now in favor of Ninjas and Pyjamas.
Oh, Doinby!
He flashes forward, finds the top of the Cream. Oh, look at JackeyLove. Jackie's untouched. Jackie's popping off, and Cream's here to save it as well. JackeyLove on the Zaya, the hero at the end of the day. It's an ace picked up for NIP, and they will march down the bottom lane and put an end to NIP.
No one gets to play JackeyLove Skin versus JackeyLove and live to tell the tale. For 3 team fights back to back to back, a different carry from Top Esports has showed up to help them take that series to an end finally.
Another Game 3, but another win for Top Esports, and NIP might be looking better, but they still are not the best, and that is what TES are right now. 11-2 here in the second round robin. They bounce right back from their loss against AL, and Top Esports wins the series.